Going to be a blue sky day. Watching as the sun begins to light up the horizon before it rises. Pretty. Let's breathe it together. Start with your posture and on your back, legs uncrossed, on your bed, the floor, the sofa, the recliner kicked back, wherever you're most comfortable or whatever's easiest. If you're in a chair, rock side to side on your sit bones and then plant them evenly and firmly. Your knees at 90 degrees, your feet that narrow hip distance apart with your toes pointing forward, flat on the floor. Now raise your chest. Always feels good. Tuck your chin back towards your neck and help straighten the neck vertebrae so everything from your brain to your body has an open highway to flow on. And then check yourself for tension, maintaining the tension to hold the posture and letting anything go that's decided to help, but as help isn't needed. A good place to try is your jaw, and just let your jaw go limp while you maintain the tension of the posture. Good. Draw the breath in. Feel it come in by placing your hands, one on your belly and one on your rib cage. And as you draw the air in through both nostrils, feel the body round up, letting you know that you're drawing the air all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs, where the majority of the blood circulates. Simple, really great health boost to create that flow and exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide. Good. Breathing in through both nostrils. The nose filters and warms and humidifies the air. And as you round up and get all the way to the top, let the breath go and let it flow out. And feel your body lengthen and flatten. And then do it again. Good. So let's start the day with exercise, and we're doing simple isometric exercises. Yesterday we worked on the feet. Let's do it again today. As you keep breathing, imagine you're in your car and you drive over the curb and you think, ooh, that's not good for the wheel alignment. And we hit a lot of bumps in our day, and our alignment is very important. So let's do it this morning with our exercise. Point your toes and make your feet tight. And now, notice your feet. Notice them either by looking at them or in your mind's eye. Feel them. And are your toes pointed forward? Are your ankles lined up? Notice your knees and imagine your knees are right above the second toe on your foot. And notice that it may take a little bit of tension to get your feet lined up and in this position. And in this position, there's a little challenge. Continue pointing your toes and lining everything up and remembering to breathe. And now all lined up, breathe those 3 to 5 natural breaths while you hold the tension of the pointed toes, pointing forward, and the ankles lined up, and the knees over that second toe. And breathe, and when the 3 to 5 breaths are complete, release the tension. Good. Well, you just did a wheel alignment. Let's do it again. Point your toes. Feel the tension. Now point the big toes forward. Line the ankles up. Your knees above that second toe. You may not fall there naturally. You may need a little tension to line the knees up. Creating that tension and lining things up as close as you can. And breathing helps build that alignment that takes you into the day. Lined up and ready to go. Now again, let's work with the feet, and this time push the heels away from the body and pull the toes back. And now do that check of your toes pointing straight up. Hold the tension and make sure that your big toes and your heels are parallel to one another, as though you were standing flat. And then your knees, a little tension to place the knees as close as you can to the position of being over the second toe. And hold the tension and breathe the 3 to 5 breaths. Challenging those muscles to hold that alignment. And when the 3 to 5 breaths are complete, release the feet and the legs. Good. And now do it again. Push the heels away from the body. Point the toes straight up toward the ceiling. Line the big toes up so they're parallel, and the heels lined up, and the ankles lined up, and then a little tension to get the knees as close as you can to their position over the second toe, maintaining the alignment of your feet while you challenge the knees to go into place, and hold the tension and breathe the 3 to 5 breaths. And when you're complete, release and let your feet go. Good. A great early morning exercise to get ready for the day. Continuing the breath through both nostrils, rising up on the inhale and releasing and lengthening and flattening on the exhale. Good. And now on this breath, go all the way to the top. Fill all the way, and then at the top, do the 3 sniffs to fill that residual space. And then let the air flow out, either through your mouth or your nose, all the way out to the bottom, and at the bottom, the 3 puffs. Empty the last bit. And then do it again. In through the nose, rounding up all the way to the top, and then 3 sniffs. Let the air flow out, and let it flow out all the way to the bottom. Body lengthening, flattening, and at the bottom 3 puffs. Good. And continue the breath. Natural. Easy, not trying too hard. Allowing your body to rise up on the inhale and lengthen and flatten on the exhale. Using techniques to create effects. To strengthen our nervous system, make us more resilient, so we're ready to meet the day's challenges and meet the challenge of our own thoughts. And imagine yourself like the speedometer on a car. And if you're going slow, things are pretty easy. Life's bumps in our own thoughts create tension and action. And we meet those thoughts and we meet that action. And then we slow back down to our steady pace and drive along. And we look for ways to make it easier for us to come back to that nice, slow, even pace. That space where rest and recover and regenerate and digest functions. And we drive along slowly for the majority of the time, ready to meet the bumps and able to speed up to meet the challenge and return to that slow speed where we rest and regenerate. I read an article this morning on the benefits of nature. Being in nature has the effect of winding us down because nature's pace is so much slower than our man-made environment. There's a pulse and a rhythm in nature, and when we observe it and take it in, we create changes and we synchronize with a different pace and allow ourselves to be in that state of rest and recover and regenerate and ready for the challenges that come our way. Keep breathing. That breath that flows in through both nostrils and rounds us up, and let it flow out through your mouth or your nose as you lengthen and flatten. And each breath stimulates that vagus nerve, and we build its tone so it supports us during the day. And we hear the sounds of the birds and the bowls, and imagine ourselves in a peaceful outdoor space surrounded by nature, and we synchronize with it. Keep breathing that natural breath and rounding up, and letting it flow out on the exhale as you lengthen and flatten. And if you'd like, add a sound, a hum or a whistle to the exhale, strengthening the effects on the vagus nerve. And you're ready for the day. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.